we are. We got the product and insight. No,
let's go.
No bets today. He's got to work. So I guess the young gunner's got to put in some time today.
It's about time. He's got to work some of these days. It can't be at the beach every single week.
Right. He can't be in Vegas or Cali or wherever the hell he's at. Although maybe he is. That's where he's working today. We don't know.
Maybe that's work. Yeah.
Maybe that is work. So we got a sneaky card. Oh, by the way, I think you're in around Maryland, right?
Yeah.
So Brandon, the mechanic Catino's fighting down there this weekend, Saturday. So we wish him best of luck. He's a kickboxer. He's from Jersey.
He's over in what is it? Is it Harrington?
Where is he fighting? Let me see.
Where's the venue at?
Let me look it up. He just posted it. But
it's it's for Gut Check, right?
Yeah, it's Gut Check. Looks like
I actually know the guy that runs that pretty well.
Hawkinson.
Hokuson.
Yeah. Pro main event. It's the main event, so good for him. Wish him the best. He said he's from pretty close to where I'm from.
Good one.
So we got a sneaky banger free card this weekend. Nice. This is a good card, right? UFC. This is a good card.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of fan favorites on here, and I think it can be pretty interesting.
Yeah. All right. So me and you, we're not many words with our picks, so we should be pretty quick, I think, between us. So we got there's our poster here: Kattar versus Emmett. Both dudes like to throw, so that's good. Right here. So here's the picks right now, product. So I know you had a bad week last week, but I'm at 63.4. I put up Octagon bets because I figure he's part of the crew here. He's at 64.9. So me and him are pretty close.
Yeah.
And you fell down to 59.3. So you're gonna have to raise that back up. All right.
Last week was rough for me, so we get it back though. We get it back this week.
If you look at our bottom line, it says I didn't fix it from last week. It says we're all up over 60. So that's a lie right now.
Just keep it there.
We're gonna have to get
fix
that.
Itself.
We're gonna have to get that back up. All right. I got faith. I think it's gonna happen. And there's 14 fights, I think, right? There's still 14.
As far until something crazy happens or whatever, knock on wood, we're still there.
So we got a lot of chance for you to get that higher. So we'll start here. So we got Kyle Dawkins. My brother-in-law actually does flooring for something, and he met both Dawkinses the other day.
Nice.
And I thought the card was in Long Island. He's like, "Want me to get you tickets?" And I'm like, "I thought it was the Long Island card. I just didn't know where it was. It's in Texas." But he wanted me to go. I'm like, I don't really want to go. But anyways, it wasn't in Long Island anyway, so that's here nor there. Anyway, so we got Kyle Dawkins, who was he a co-main event recently?
He was. Was it him and Holland? I think.
Right, and now he's the opening of the prelims. So, I guess you never know, right?
It happens. So
he's fighting a dude named Roman. I feel like dudes named Roman are always dangerous in some respect. So Dawkins is a minus 225 favorite. I have the Dawkins by decision. What do you got?
Sweet. All right. I'm also with Dawkins on this one. I feel like this is actually a really tough fight, stylistically a tough fight. So I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for either of them. Dawkins is tough. Roman is one of those, heavy pressure guys as well. So it should be good.
Yeah. You got decision too?
Dawkins.
Decision or you got something?
Decision. I say going to a decision.
All right. Now we got 6 foot versus 4 foot, right? So you got Darren Nguyen. Now, Darren Nguyen was a wrestler and you wrestled. So there's probably nothing worse than wrestling a guy. There's nothing to grab, right? There's nothing to grab on Nguyen, right? Like, can you grab anything on that man? He's like a ball of muscle, right?
Yeah, he's he reminds me. So we had a state champ when I was in high school. He was at 170, but I swear, this dude's all of 5'6".
Right.
So he's already short, and then when he hops down into his wrestling stance, he's even shorter. So you're like, now what?
Yeah. Now what are you gonna grab?
But high level wrestler. I'll let you go first.
Yeah. So I got Hals by TKO KO. Again, you got the high level wrestler, short, nothing to grab. But there's no real weight class for him, I feel like, in the UFC because he's so short but so stocky. And it doesn't always help when you're down 7.5 inches in reach. Hals likes to he's a pretty good finisher. So I got him by finish. Weight is not easy to finish, but I think the size difference will play out this time. And it says Little Ferry, New Jersey, so I got to go with Hawes there.
Right.
So what do you got?
This one's tough. I'm with you. I feel like I feel like Hals has got to get the finish probably pretty early, or it's going to be Nguyen's fight the entire time.
Right.
I'm going to go with Nguyen to just drag this one out.
Okay.
I mean, Hall's actually a decent wrestler himself.
Right.
I think he's got some background there too. So I feel like Nguyen is just going to grind it. Nguyen
was the guy that wanted to take down Bisping, right? Was that the Yeah. If Hawes can't stay up, if Nguyen can get you down, Nguyen wins, right? But if he doesn't, then he'll get knocked out. So that's it's a good point. Like if Hawes can't finish him early and he could get close and grind him like he wants to, then it'll be a win fight. So that should be good though. All right, next up.
I don't see Nguyen give him any kind of finishing trouble though. So if it's Nguyen,
exactly.
it's Nguyen by decision.
Exactly. Yeah, Nguyen's either gonna win by pressure and holding him down, or just multiple takedowns, stand up, takedown, maybe land some ground and pound, but nothing to finish Hawes yet. Next one. So I didn't pick Cody Stamann last time. You and Betts did, I believe. And he just fought, right? Didn't he just fight?
It feels like it just happened, right?
And he lost.
I'm not sure.
He should have won. He should have won. He lost, but he should have won. Or
let's see. Now I gotta look it up.
I feel like I just lost on him because it says he lost. I thought I lost last time.
Did he just fight?
He's got 3 losses in a row.
He fought Nurmagomedov, Saeed.
And he lost.
Yeah.
So I think I must have been right on that then versus you guys.
He lost by a choke.
Okay.
First round choke.
Well, he's fighting Eddie Wineland. Now, Eddie Wineland, he was the one that they served up for Sugar Shane. They served him up. Like Eddie Wineland, I feel like is a guy like Joe Lozon. Like he's on the roster, but I don't see him till like they want to serve him up to somebody, right? Like
right.
And like Wineland shouldn't be on the roster. Like I don't know what he's doing here. Like I'm like confused. But I got Stamann by first round knockout. I feel like Eddie Wineland is washed. He was a fun guy years ago, maybe 15 years ago, almost now, and he's getting knocked out.
Yeah, I feel like Stamann's going to do his thing. He's going to pressure, probably put him on the ground, wear him out, and either choke him or get a TKO there. But I don't see Eddie winning this thing. I'm sorry. He's 37. He's over the hill would be nicely put. Stamann's young, hungry, and just another high pressure guy.
He's 24-15, Wineland, and I'm sure those 24 wins, like he was probably at 20 wins for a while. Like you know what I mean? Like he's it's a lot of red on his Tapology. 4 of his last 5.
He was in WEC. He was fun to watch. I really enjoyed watching him. Really fun fights.
But that's how old he is. You just said WEC. Like, I mean, wasn't Cerrone over there and what's his name? Uriah Faber, all those dudes are over there, right?
All those guys.
Because they had the smaller weight class then, right? They over there. Anyway, so we got Stamann. I don't like going with the guy with the headband. No, I don't like the headband for fighting.
No, I mean, I feel like that's very, very Jersey looking. Like it's
I'm more Central Jersey, so I'm not
Jim Tan Laundry. He's got it going on.
We don't respect the fist bumpers. Then what's that? You got the Iowa Hawkeyes?
No, this is actually so these are the Hawks. Let's see.
What does it say? I can't. It's like blur. It's like I can see bricks through it.
Riverdale,
Jersey. Okay. Up north, right? Riverdale.
I believe so. I'm probably gonna get it wrong.
I believe so too. As we got next one, we got Gloria de Paula. She looks like she is on the runway for a fashion show right there.
Yeah.
It does not look like a fighter. And then Marianne Oliveira looks like somewhat of a fighter. So de Paula's a -260 favorite from Brazil, young, 27. Maria is only 25, so you both pretty young. I did de Paula by decision. I feel no way about it though.
De Paula, her striking is just better than Oliveira's.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be one-sided.
Is this a bathroom break fight or what?
Yeah, not a whole lot of fun in action here, but I think de Paula easily wins this one.
Unless there's some booties in this, then we'll watch.
I mean, they're both good-looking girls.
Yeah, true. All right. Next up, we got Danny Chavez. Chavez. He's the Colombian warrior versus Ricardo Ramos. I can't say his nickname, but again, so we got 30. Damn, he's 35. Chavez, he's older than I thought. And then Ricardo Ramos only 26. Ramos is a minus 350 moderate favorite, and Chavez plus 240. So it looks like Chavez 11-4, Ramos 15-4. I go on Ramos by decision. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage.
I'm also on Ramos. Just feel like he's the younger, fresher guy. He's ready to go.
Exactly. Again, those are maybe two of the fights I'm not too crazy about on this card.
Yeah, I'm not betting on that one really.
Now we got Jeremiah Wells, 35, from Philly. I always like Philly fighters, just so you know, like something about a Philly fighter, no matter what, just like them. And then
they're always ready.
Court McGee, who I really like, and Court McGee, I think he just won. And he fought the guy. It was a younger guy, kind of like Arabian-looking guy, and he said he was like such an honor to fight McGee. And all his fans were like, "Who is Court McGee?" And he was like, "If you don't know Court McGee, you shouldn't even be a fan of mine because like Court McGee is like almost legendary, even though he's 21-10. If he's 37, he's not as washed as Wineland, right? So McGee's a grinder though, right? Pressure guy, right? So he's not a guy who will be as washed as Wineland, who's a knock you out or be knocked out kind of guy, right? So it's an even fight. Wells is 35 too. This is not a young guy either. Philly guy, he'll be tough. But I have McGee in the slight upset by decision. I think McGee grinds him out. What are you doing with this one?
Yeah, this one's tough because it's a pick'em.
It is.
And I do think the line is switched now. So I think Court is a slight favorite last time I checked.
You saw I picked him when he was underdog though.
You did. So smart. You got some plus money. I'm actually going to go with Wells on this one only because you mentioned it already. Philly is on a tear right now. So if you're from Philly, you're like the record, I forget what it was. I think it was like Renzo Gracie guys are actually like it's a really good win percentage right now. So
right. Well, I guess we'll see. Like again, I don't like picking against Philly, but I know how tough McGee is, and I'm gonna stick with
super tough.
And he's like a guy that kind of stays around. I feel like but he's the guy that deserves to stay around. Like I think those 3 losses were versus like 3 real dudes. Where like
and they weren't crazy ones. He wasn't getting demolished,
right? You know? Yeah, and it's like when you look back at his career, did he live up to his like what he was supposed to be? I guess like his staying power is what matters really, right? He stayed in the UFC this long, so like did he ever get to a title shot? No, but I mean he really had a decent career as a professional fighter, right?
Right.
Like he's no slouch. He's nobody that was like I can't wait to fight Court McGee. Like after you fought him, you knew you were in a fight, right?
I mean, so looking at his record, I mean he fought some tough dudes. He lost to Carlos Condit. He fought. Right. He lost a decision to Sean Strickland. Like. These are tough dudes.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He lost a decision to Sean Brady. Sean Brady is still undefeated right now.
Right.
Another Philly guy.
Yeah. And Brady's calling out Aldo. Who's he calling? He's calling somebody out.
I thought he called out Wonder Boy recently.
Somebody else, too.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, wait, did you do you did Wells, right?
I'm going with Wells on this one.
All right. I'm not going to try to say Jasmine's last name. Judah Vicious? That sounds pretty awesome.
I think that's it.
Sounds awesome. She's Canadian versus Natalia Silva. She's a cutie. From Brazil, 25 only versus 33. Sometimes I jump on the youth. Sometimes I do that. In this case, I'm not. I'm doing the Vicious by decision. 7-1.
I'm also with Jasmine here. I feel like I've seen I know some of the fighters that she trains with on the regular, and they're all savages too. So nice. She's out there working with them. I know she's putting in work.
You think she can get a finish? Or you going also with the decision?
I'm going decision. Mm-hmm. Decision. Yeah.
All right. Next up, this is the main event of the prelims. So this is the main prelim, right? Which is crazy because Yanez has got a lot of followers, big fan favorite, sniper type fighter. He's a minus 360 favorite. All green on his Tapology versus Kelly, Tony, 35, tough Louisiana, and then that's where Dustin's from, right? And
there you go.
Tough area as well, right? Where these guys come out tough, fight hard. I have Yanez, and he finishes people, but I think the Louisiana fighter will survive the fight. It'll be a decision, and Yanez will win it.
I'm also going with Yanez here too. I feel like he's gonna rise to the occasion. But I think this is his first UFC fight in his hometown.
Okay.
So he's been asking for a Texas fight card for like the longest time. I think he's got a lot of pressure. That old Tony Kelly thing with that old, he got some heat for a little while there, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
I think he was making fun of like Brazilian fighters or something, and everyone turned on him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, so do you think Yanez will finish or no?
No, I think you hit it on the head. I feel like Kelly's probably tough enough to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
But I think Yanez is just going to be throwing jabs in his face the entire night.
Yeah, just on point, but causing damage. And we'll see. Maybe if Kelly gets desperate and wants to go on a shield, he'll go out on a shield. We'll see, right?
Right.
But Yanez is a big star on the rise. So, it's kind of good that, this guy's 35, he's 8-2. And, at one point he looked like he was 5-0 or so. But, Yanez, and he fought, who's the other guy he fought is also real happy that he beat up?
Costa. Not Ryan Costa. Adrian. No,
Adrian.
That's his name.
And like that was like they put two guys that were both on the rise versus each other. Like he's not really getting the O'Malley and the fat Irish guy treatment, whatever his name is. What's his name?
The Patty
treatment. Yeah.
The layups.
Yeah, like I feel like Yanez isn't really getting full layups. Like he's not getting. That's not Eddie Weinman. That's Tony Kelly. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he and it's good that he wants to be tested a bit more than those guys on his rise, and he's not afraid of being tested. It seems, where like I feel like they didn't know the guy who beat O'Malley was going to be like on the rise too. He was kind of like a 500 fighter at that point, right? And
Randy Costa, that's it. Not
Randy Costa.
Randy.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the main card now. Here we go. Now on the main card, this guy looks like a silverback, man. He looks like Bader when Bader was on sauce in this picture.
Right.
Right, Julian Marquez. I mean, like if you wanted to pick a guy on muscles, this dude looks like the muscle right here. I mean, like the picture is scary as hell. He's got blood on his face too. He's just like a killer. He's fighting out of Las Vegas. He's a slight underdog. He's 32, 9-2 record for Marquez and Rodriguez. Rodriguez actually a finisher too. If you look at his tapology, he's finish. And he's only 30, but he looks older. One of the Brazilian looks where he looks older.
Yeah, he looks 40.
He looks like one of the I can't ever say their name. The brothers, the Nog brothers.
The Nogueiras?
Yeah, he looks like Nogueiro. Yeah, there you go. I got it. It took me a second to switch my tongue. But anyway, he's coming off a loss. Rodriguez obviously looks super jacked up, but I'm going to go Rodriguez here by decision. He's a finisher. So if those muscles deflate, I can see him getting him out of there, but I'm going to stick with decision on Tapology.
So I'm going to go with Marquez here. I feel like he's one of the guys that he reminds me like an old Robbie Lawler style. Like he makes dog fights, right? Yeah. So he just sucks you into this dog fight and makes you swing away. And I feel like that style of fight always benefits Marquez. But Rodriguez is probably the more savvy on the ground. So if it goes to the ground, it could be trouble. But I'm going to go with Julian Marquez here.
All right. So, if you pick that one, that's a nice upset city value right there.
Yeah.
We'll see. The reach is 4 inches. We'll find out if that becomes a factor. They're both decently tall, 6'3" versus 6'2" at 185. So, they look like big 185ers. Is it 185 this fight?
Yeah, they're both huge,
big dudes. All right, we got Damir, 23-1. We got a belt on his shoulder and everything. Versus Gurmar. So we got a -170 from Kazakhstan, Golovkin territory, right? Versus another Georgian fighting out of Sweden. This guy's fighting out of Russia, Damir, actually, from Kazakhstan now. 31 versus 30. So this is a nice matchup here. 12-2 versus 23-1. This is a tight matchup here, right? The reach is close. The height is similar. This is a good one. I'm going to go with Damir by decision. I've got a lot of decisions on this card, which kind of stinks, but that's what I got.
So I'm also going to go with him as well. I feel like they're both pretty good grappling wise. It might just come down to a little bit of striking. I feel like Damir is just going to be a little bit better there.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, and I mean they're both reasonably aged, so this is not a death sentence for either guy if they lose, and it's it's a good test here. Again, not the O'Malley treatment here, right? This is and they're a little older than O'Malley, so they need to kind of see where they're at. But
tough fight though, like to pick it and make it be a coin toss. Honestly,
exactly. All right, yeah, don't put them in your parlay.
No.
Now, here's where I'm going to go upset, baby, because you see what I got on the screen there, product. This is
There
Buckley time. And Buckley, I just like Buckley. I don't know, something about Buckley I like. Now, versus Albert Duray. Now Buckley is the underdog by plus 170 here. He's 28 years old versus the 33-year-old who's 15-3. Buckley 14-4. But look at my corner up there. The deciding factor I got is, Buckley's been training with the Detroit Survivalist, right? So
how do you beat that?
He really can't lose. I think since he's been training with him, he's 2-0. So I'm gonna roll with it. I might put some money on it. Okay, and that's I'm gonna go with he's gonna knock him out.
I'm gonna go against you on this one.
That's cool.
Slightly just because of the wrestling, and I feel like that's just gonna be his only. I mean, I'm gonna say his name wrong. Dariv.
Yeah, Duray. I don't know.
But that's his only way to victory is going to be just a smothering decision win. But I feel like that's the one thing that Buckley's not that great at, wrestling. So
yeah, but he's good at survivaling. Okay.
But you're right though. Like he can finish in the first round or get him going in the first round and tag him a little bit. Could be all Buckley. So
now I got just on the news type stuff. We haven't seen too many Russians pitted against Americans recently. I don't know if Dana White's kind of stayed away from that or what. Like I don't feel like the Russians have fought others, but not a lot of Russian versus Americans.
Good point, actually.
I mean, I guess Peter Yan versus Aljo, right? But Peter Yan is more
one. Yeah,
he's more Americanized now, right? Yan. I mean, like I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyway, so it's definitely we'll see. I'm going USA. You see that? See what I did there? Anyway,
I see that.
Survivalist. That's the tipping point. And I just like Buckley. Something about him I like. All right, next up. So Holland knocked out Buckley, I believe, right? My man Holland. Now I love Holland. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, he's so fun.
I just love him. Like he's stopping mass shootings. He's at flipped over trucks, crashes. Yeah. He's stopping carjackings. Dude is Batman. Like I feel like he doesn't get enough good press. He's beating up trolls in his gym that talk shit to him. I mean, like what else? What else? What he hasn't done is he asked for a walkout song, and I gave him DMX the intro, and he never responded to my tweet, hey, that's what he should go out to. He never responded. I think he should be doing that. But anyway, Holland, obviously has a wrestling issue, right? He's working on it, bro. Like, how most guys, they'll say they're working on stuff. I feel like he really is working on it. Like, guys will say like MVP or I'm really working on wrestling. No, you're not. You're not really. I feel like he is. Again, wrestling's not an easy thing to fix though. No. It's almost like, all right, so they say your brain can only master things up to a certain age. So if LeBron never touched a basketball before 10, he wouldn't have mastered certain skills with the ball because your brain mastery closes that window of certain things. So Holland might have missed that window to become a good wrestler, obviously, and he's practicing a lot of elements because he's a fighter, not a wrestler. Right. He has to be able to stay on his feet though versus a guy like Brunson. Means is I think it's not a step down for him, and Means is 1-3 in a row, but Means is 38, right? He's on the downside of his career, even though he's 1-3 in a row. Another guy, so we got a lot of guys in this card that maybe could be off the roster at this point, but they're still there. They're kind of pros, I guess, right?
I mean, with a loss this weekend, they could all be gone.
Right. But who replaces them? It's the work shortage. Who are you bringing in? I don't know.
True.
So I got Holland by finish here. I think Holland does this. I think he when he was on his rise to the title almost before he got stopped. Before he ran into Brunson, I thought he was close to a title shot. And or no, it was somebody else. Right? He's got 2 losses there. Who was it? Anyway, was it? Who was it?
I know he got the headbutt from Dawkins. That fight didn't go.
But that's a no contest, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me see, look up.
Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up too. I thought before that, when his wrestling got Oliveira he beat.
Vettori. He lost to Vettori.
Oh, Vettori also wrestle fucked him. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before those two losses were up to just dudes that kind of held him down. He was never really hurt in any of those fights. Kind of just couldn't get up. Right. He was on the road to a title shot, I thought. So like Tim Means really between Vettori and Brunson, who are elite wrestlers, right? Elite wrestlers. Before that happened, he was on the way to really ascend high. I think Means is kind of a step down is where I'm getting as I keep talking about it. I think it's a step down, so I think he makes easy work of Means.
Yeah, I'm with you there as well. I feel like Means has a ground game, but he doesn't. He's one of those guys that doesn't like to use it either.
Right.
And these are both taller guys for that weight class. So if you see them striking the entire time, I mean I think they're evenly matched there. What's their reach?
The reach is 75-81 for Hollands. 6 inches.
So that's a big difference there. I mean, I feel like Holland's going to take this one away. Round 2, stoppage.
Yep.
TKO
so
probably.
I got round 1, but I love listening to Holland. I like when he talks about the Dagestani boys or something. He's like, yeah, I'll pull up and he says some crazy shit, man. If you watch his post press conferences, I just think he's hilarious. Like everything. I just love him. Anyway, some people hate him. I just love him. I don't know. All right, so next, this fight was what's that?
I said Holland's just fun. Like he is who he is. He's not doing a gimmick or anything. That's Holland.
Yeah, I love that. I just love it. I feel like he's a dude that would just roll up and if like a pack of dudes want to fight him, he's like, all right. And I like how he got into the game. He was getting in trouble in high school, and the sensei for like the after school jujitsu or whatever like beat the shit out of him. And he was like a 55-year-old dude, and he's like, man, if I could learn this shit, I'll beat the shit out of people. Yeah. And like he ended up learning it because he's like, if this dude could do this, then I could do this. You know what I mean? And if I could do this, I'll be like, I'll be doing something. So that was cool of him. I think it's a funny story, good story. Anyway, and he would be in big trouble without martial arts. So he'd be in jail probably, Holland. So I love that. I love that when a sport can be a vessel for somebody to get to where they have to go. And
I mean, look at now, right? He's out there saving people's lives, like for real. So like,
think about that. If he didn't get into martial arts, didn't get to where he wasn't in that restaurant that night where the guy has the gun, 40 people could be dead, bro. And like all because of martial arts. If you want to trace it back, And he didn't even want to be interviewed because he was too drunk. He was drunk doing this. Like, it's ridiculous.
Hey, that's smart. That's a smart decision.
I love that guy. Anyway, so now we got the fight that was canceled. We got Donald. He's hairless now. Cerrone in the weigh-ins. 36-16. His tapology is all red. I mean, look at it. I mean, he's got. It's a scary situation for me. I love some of these old fighters that. Like Cerrone from the WEC and just Cerrone, like, his UFC career, fight anybody, would fight like every month. Like, I love Cerrone, but I hate to watch him now. Like, it's sad. I'm glad this isn't a young lion in his face in Joe Lozon, who I can't believe is still on the roster.
True.
But I feel like anybody can hurt Donald right now. Like shoulder strikes by McGregor hurt him. I don't want to see him fight anymore. I hope this is it for him. And I think Lozon is less damaged at this point because he doesn't fight often. If you go back and look at his tapology 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years, like I can't believe he's still on the roster. Like he has fights every like 2 or 3 years. I got Lozon by decision, but it's hard for me to watch Cerrone at this point because of my feelings towards some of the older pros that I really enjoyed to watch as I was watching UFC and I wish he'd stop fighting. But go ahead, what are you doing here?
I think you hit it on the head again. I just feel like, they're the same age-ish. Like they've both got, way over 25 fights. Thing is, there's more miles on Donald than there is on Joe Lozon. And you're right. Like if Donald gets a hard pat down at the airport, he might get knocked out. I don't know.
Right.
The only thing that worries me about this fight is that Joe Lozon has kind of come out in the past 2 weeks or so. He said that he's also considering retirement. Like he's saying himself that this could be it, which sometimes means that the fighters kind of put in a crap camp. They're not going to do shit.
Right.
Or they're going to go really hard. Right. And I feel like Lozon is he's going to go out hard, and I can't see him losing this fight. So I'm going with Lozon round 1 or round 2. I'm kind of undecided.
It would be great if Lozon finishes him without hurting him, and then Donald retires because he can't beat Joe Lozon, and Lozon retires because Lozon still has like senses to retire, right?
Right. He's got
like,
a good gym.
Like Donald's rolling like a little bit like Evander Holyfield right now. Like, like this is not your stuff anymore, bud. Like, like it's time to go be on the ranch and get fighters ready. And if you take any more damage, you won't be able to because you're going to be like not being able to function.
He loves to fight. I get it, but there's a reason why guys like Chuck Liddell can't do it anymore.
Right, and then can't even do anything else.
Right.
So anyway, this will be a tough one to watch for me. I'm hoping that Donald can get out of this without damage, and or like Tony Ferguson too type stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so look at my new graphic here. Product I got the main event here. So these are fists because this is a banger.
Oh, it's such a fun fight. It's such a good main event.
It's a banger. See? Bang. So we got a banger here. We got Calvin Kattar, who always puts on bangers. I mean, when he got his face mashed in by Holloway, right? Was it Holloway?
Yeah.
Holloway mashed him up. And whatever, he's back, and he, I guess because how old is he? 30? 32?
Can't see it. It's not the arms.
I had the fist over it.
Yeah. Great job. Now the hands are.
Hands are over it.
Hang on. 34.
Oh, he's 34 too. But yeah, again, we're talking about mileage. The only time he's really been pummeled a lot was the Max fight. And, he seems to have recovered from that well because he matched in Giga's face pretty good too, right? That was bad beating. I actually picked Kattar. Kattar was underdog there. So he snaps from being underdog versus Giga and smashing that guy's face into now a big favorite over Emmett. Who Emmett can bomb too. So I guess we'll see if there's some damage that Max did to Kattar that we didn't see in the last fight, which I don't think so. But if so, Emmett could knock him out because Emmett's got crazy heavy hands, right? Always got a puncher's chance. He's 17-2. I mean, the line, I don't really like the line. I think the line's a little closer. Emmett is a guy that can fight, right? I do have Kattar finishing him though in the second. I think if you want to get in a firefight with Kattar, which Emmett will do, I think Emmett will. I think Kattar will take him out before he gets taken out. But it could go the other way.
Yeah. So betting wise, for me, the toughest one with this one was deciding whether or not I was going to go the distance or over a certain round range. But straight up picks, I'm going to go with Kattar. I feel like if I didn't see his fight against Chavez, I would have picked against Kattar. Right. But seeing that fight, I can't not pick Kattar. So Kattar in this one.
But it's a banger.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's free. It's a good one that's free. I like when that happens. So anyway, you got any closing remarks or any parlays you want to put out there for the people?
I got one I'm gonna put out. So it's 5-leg parlay. I'm going to go with Wells. I'm going to go with Damir, Paula. I'm going to go with Cerrone Lauzon under 2.5, which is like minus 170. Decent line for that. Someone should get finished in this fight. And then I'm going to go with Emmett Kattar over 4.5. So
all right.
I'm not picking the decision in a 5-round fight because of Glover last weekend. Losing at the 27th.
I can't believe that Yuri defended on the ground that well, and I can't believe
so crazy.
I can't believe Teixeira fought that well.
Yeah,
ate those shots like that. That was crazy.
I said that though. Everyone's like, oh, he's gonna get knocked down. I was like, Glover's got good boxing. People forget about it. He's got good boxing.
Yeah, and they say if he didn't jump the guillotine, I get why he did it, but it was so late where they're so slippery. Like there was it's so hard to do that late in the fight because that's an early fight type finish. You guys getting a quick thing. There's not a lot of sweat.
Right,
they were sweating hard. Again, I lose no respect for Glover. And normally, if a guy his age, after fighting a guy like Jerry, again, I'd be like Cerrone, hey, I think he's good. Walk away. I think he should fight him again. I don't mind it. I don't mind
immediate.
It again.
Do it. Run it back. Immediate rematch.
Run it back. Again, normally at 42, 43, I'm 42. All right, you did a good job. maybe you could end it like that, and it's good because nobody lost respect for Teixeira. I mean, nobody's like, man, you really fought like a bum. So, but this time, hey, run it back. Let's see. And Jury's mad at himself for sports, I think he should be because he took damage. And I know people were talking shit about this, but I still think John Jones tears him up for those defensive flaws that he has.
He probably beats them both in the same night, honestly.
Right.
And I'm not even a John fan, and I'll say that.
And people will say, like, oh, he's faded because of the Reyes fight. Nah, dude. Like, if you have holes like Jury showed, like, I just think that John is so smart in the ring, so dumb outside the ring, but so smart in the ring. Like, he'll find every single hole and fill it, you know? Anyway, well, hey, you have a great fight. I got to go mow the lawn in 90-degree weather. Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. That sounds terrible.
There. You know, I got to be careful. I'll be in the guinea tee. I'll take off the dust.
There you go.
And hey, it's always hopefully you get above 60%, so we can be true to our word down below product.
Me too.
All right, man. You have a good weekend. All right.
You too, buddy. See ya.
Stay up.